You know, people get pretty riled about pornography. I mean, I've got some real issues with it myself, mainly regarding the fact that the decent stuff at simplypleasure.com costs £25 a DVD, which is extortionate if you ask me. Nonetheless, it's a fact of life. And when I say facts of life, I do of course mean that it's a fact of the internet, which is to a great many people exactly the same thing, if Facebook is anything to go by. Now, pornography, it's been with us since one Neanderthal managed to scrawl the crude depiction of double penetration onto a cave wall, but less about my career as a graffiti artist, which, out of interest, ended abruptly last week at the hands of a PCSO, who felt that my depiction of the human form wasn't lifelike enough and sent me to a liberal arts college to learn more about the naturalistic style. Which is a bit of a pity. I think there needs to be more surrealists in the police force, clearly. But, no, it's been there since time immemorial, and it's got a long, proud and erect history. Sorry, which, prima facie, may appear to just be the indulgence of perversity, but is in fact the celebration of something very human and completely and utterly healthy and normal. Like I say, my problems are cost and access based because, I mean, since sometimes I don't get very good connection speed, and that can be very frustrating. And equally, I've got some serious problems with the stuff they pass off as pornography in hotels because, I mean, I'm paying £15 a pop, so to speak. And you get this moonlighting dinner lady giving a particularly clinical hand job to something that looks like an overcooked king prawn. That's not cool, man. It's just not cool. No. When I pay £15, I expect full-on 8-inch cocks being slathered over by big-breasted blondes. I want to see two girls eating one another with the same hunger as a 19th century starved waif tucking into a bowl of porridge. I want to see arcing jets of semen being splashed in liberal amounts across firm breasts and expectant faces like some incredibly pornographic version of the Gaviscon adverts. That's what I expect for 15 quid, and I won't take anything less. But of course, thanks to the internet, we don't really have to pay to see such delights anymore. But the major problem is that as soon as you start surfing the internet with one hand and the other hand with a cup of water, like anyone else would, for naughty, porny videos, you immediately put yourself at risk of the computer equivalent of venereal disease. And that makes me begin to wonder who the hell is responsible for these digital forms of herpes. You see, I've got a theory myself. You know all these religious nutcases that run around saying that AIDS is a curse sent by God as a punishment for homosexuality, although I'm not sure why they have to run around to spout messages of hate when they're quite capable of standing in one spot and spewing their reactionary bile on street corners. Nonetheless, it's got me thinking about who is making all these viruses, and I reckon it's the church. I bet they've employed a bunch of computer programmers to come up with a host of pernicious computer viruses that they can attach to internet pornography in Trojan horse style and use to ironically fuck the computer of any dirty sinner that makes the mistake of looking up college teen blowjobs or anything equally fun. See, some people may say that I'm paranoid, but I generally think that they must be on the plot because they're trying to lull me into a false sense of complacency and ease. This in turn has made me start to question who it is that actually puts this stuff up. And again, with another leap of logic, I've reasoned that it's the churchgoers themselves who make the pornography that they then attach the viruses to, and sad, lonely teenage men get lured into watching only to find their laptop reduced to an oversized paperweight. That is exactly it. And it explains what they all get up to on Sunday morning, isn't it? You know, they're all going to church. You think, what's the fuss about? Well, clearly it's pretty good. They're all screwing each other rotten. And it's in the most filthy fashion, you know. It's got a John and Jane, and John's fucking her up the arse with Mary Abandon. And he's got her going, ha, some sinful young man's bound to look this up. And Jane's going, oh God, yes. Oh, he'll look it up. And then we will so fuck his computer. And John's saying, yeah, oh yeah, this is all in the service of the Lord, so it's just like totally cool. And Jane's saying, oh God, you know what would definitely get them watching? Oh, if you skull fuck me whilst David the Vicar eats me out like a lunchtime salad. And John's going, yeah, oh God, yeah, let's do that and spread the good word of God all over your face. Now, I bet that is what's going on. And that's why there's not only so much porn out there, but so many viruses. It's a form of religious entrapment. But I guess if I'm to conclude this, the real question is, if that is the case, why the hell am I not going to church? I mean, it sounds utterly fucking brilliant. Seriously, watch out. Some bad viruses out there, man.